this is what I'm going to share a little bit about today. Why I love CheonShim. Just the name is very nice, isn't it? Garden of Heaven's Heart. Anyhow, who was here? Who listened to last Sunday's Sunday service? A lot of people. Do you remember that feeling you had when Lawrence were done? Can you feel it? Can you feel it? With that, I want to conclude with a prayer. No, that would be too cheesy. But it was a very good sermon. You caught that channel good thing. Anyhow, happy true day of all things. It was founded in '63, and it was they celebrated on July something, end of July, and then they moved it up. Father moved it up to the first day of the 5th month. So that's what we're doing now. And but also it's a lot of things happening now, right? Like yesterday in Stockholm and Sweden, the royal family celebrated their gold wedding. So there was like a party in Stockholm. Some of you are tired, I'm sure, because you were there. Dancing all night, right? And then today, President Trump is turning 80. So he sends his best wishes to you. Thank you. 80, that's a respectable age. I hope to be in that shape, 80. Then I heard that ABBA has officially been taken to Champion as some special status. ABBA song called that's right. How's it going? Na. So that one now is taken into the Champion, So that's God's dream. So Sweden is on the move. But anyhow, before I want to share about that part a little bit, I just want to babble a little bit. No, but I want to share some thoughts that I hope will connect a little bit to this. And that is, did you read a little bit of the epic history of the chosen Han people? Yeah. Did you read some of that? Yeah, I remember the first time I read it was a lot of Chinese tekken and a lot of difficult words. So Donggi or Mingguk, or sometimes I got hungry because it felt like Kotti-chan and Goryeo. It was just a lot of terminology. But then the second and third time I read it, now I get to say that too. But actually it was like amazing. I could feel how much Heavenly Parent worked in history to form the Han people, and also amazing how much Heavenly Parent is able to do actually. But there's that final part where we have to choose. That one you can't touch, right? So epic Korea, amazing, but also epic Israel, right? Is basically part of the Old Testament. Is epic Israel, and epic Sweden, I'm sure. Epic Czech for sure. For sure, epic Czech. There's a lot of religious history with what's his name, the saint Janus. But even Sweden, Gustav Vasa, he became the first Protestant. Made Sweden the first Protestant nation. Gustav II Adolf, that was religious, and Anne-Marie's relatives don't like him, but they have forgiven him. And he was, he's almost mentioned in Divine Principle, actually, at least that war, anyhow. So every country has an epic something, and it's like God preparing, doing things. And now, like for instance, what's happening with technology and Elon Musk, here's a guy that creating self-driving cars, picking up rockets with chopsticks, landing them on Earth, implanting chips so people that can't walk, building tunnels, right? And then people are complaining that he's rich, is doing it on his platform, X. So, there's amazing things, I think, going on. Anyhow, so like in Epic Korea, then he put a lot of, Heavenly Parent put a lot of emphasis, if you like, feel your piety. That's like something, children's love for the parents. And and respect of parents. And that might feel a little bit selfish by God, but if you create the thing yourself, you get to do what you want to do, right? So he could decide that. I mean, it's cool. And I'm sure he had good motivation. Heavenly Parent, I'm sure had a good motivation to put filial piety as a, it's not something we're going to lose out on, I think, since it's Heavenly Parent's idea. And so in a sense, that shows that anyhow, there is like so much Heavenly Parent can do all through history, but he has to wait and see how we choose in certain situations, right? And in a sense, like, when it comes to the creation, today is the day of all things. Sometimes, from one perspective, is that I'm also like a thing in a sense, not a thing, but from God's point of view, he created everything, right? And we get to be in that creation for eternity. Yeah, that is a good one. What is it President Moon said? Give it up for. No, but it's amazing, isn't it, to be part of that creation for eternity? Whoopa. You don't even buy a ticket. It's amazing. It's free. But why did I come in with that? I don't know. Anyhow. So God is working. But there is, and why does he have to do that? Yeah, there is a separation, right? Something happened so that we can't, feel God's presence all the time. Like, for instance, is God right here now? Yeah, some people might say so, but why don't we notice maybe? Or in a work day, you maybe forget, I forget to think about Heavenly Parents. So there is a separation, no doubt. But it's getting better and better and getting closer and closer. And that's why I think CheonShim 1 is an important part in getting closer, actually. So, okay, so let's see a little bit about CheonShim 1. So, well, yes, I remember one thing. Father said, we're very lucky that Heavenly Parent is you can't see him, that he is, what's the word? Invisible. Invisible, because otherwise we would go crazy, right? Like, for instance, like if someone, a big star would come in, like Gyökeres football star or Zlatan or something, we would like be a little bit, or Beyonce or somebody who's like woo. Like, so then we wouldn't sit like and just sit in the back. We would kind of maybe arrange a little bit like that, or if the Swedish king would come. But if God is here, why? At least we managed to keep it together. So it's a good thing that it's invisible. Anyhow, but we need to connect more. So I want to look a little bit, try to explain why I think CheonShim 1 is important and why I really love it. So we're just going to do a little reading here and there. So I remember, actually, I gave a talk once about CheonShim 1 when it's kind of a new concept, that it's actually 3 different things. It's a spiritual headquarters in Korea. There's also that original prayer hall, big one at Cheonpyeon, but there's also now branches. So this is also CheonShim 1. So Mother sent that out to all the continents, 2023, I think it was. So it's the term itself has a few different meanings. And this is 2023. Mother was sharing about that she's spreading it out. So that's why we have a real CheonShim 1 here, no fake. We have building permit, everything. So, and I'm sure you heard about this point also. That was also the 3 years ago. But there's 2 pillars. Mother's talking about the truth, the spirit and truth. And so that's like, what is it? What is it? Well, truth for sure is, divine principle, Jambo Moron, maybe Epikuria, different parts of truth, more text. But spirit is something not totally tangible, something else. And I believe that CheonShim 1 has an important part in that. It's something to fix the receptors, maybe for Heavenly Parent's love, and so that we're more. So, and spirit world in general, I guess. I mean, there is for sure a spiritual war going on between good and evil. We get help good, but also quite negative stuff. And in my line of work, I work as in the social work business at the city of Stockholm, and people are really doing crazy stuff, and they don't know why they're doing it. You know, it's clearly that the spirit world is working on people. They go all kinds of strange behaviors that they don't want to do, and some person even he told me he told me the other day it feels like it's a demon coming. That's what he said, and now he started to pray to a Hindu elephant with so you know you have to kind of be neutral when you social. It's like cool, but you know sometimes when you're sitting there with doctors or whatever, and you just act a little bit like it could be something from outside, they think you're a genius, you know. So like, you know, because doctors, psychiatrists, they can't talk about spirit, you know, it doesn't exist, basically. Otherwise, they lose their career. So, like, if someone hear voices, I can say, "Oh, they're positive or negative." "Oh, they're positive. Okay." And then afterwards, they come and say, "Oh, you're very smart, very insightful." Yeah. Thank you. It's like, anyhow, it's like it's free money on the table. Anyhow. So let's see what else did I find for text about this. We can insight to solve our problems. And next slide is going to be even better. It says solve all the problems. Anyhow, and I read this that now we're in a time when the spirit world is operating on an automatic. I don't quite understand that. So that will be a next sermon. No, if I ever get a chance, anyhow. But it might be, you know, there's something. Maybe you heard about this when you 1,000 times you say something, and then there is some. What do you call that? You call it repetitive. Yeah, repetitive. But there is this term like when you 1,000 times. What mantra? We like a mantra. Yeah. Manifestation. But there's all kinds of different theories, not just church manifestation, and so that people say work, and you know. Why are they working? Maybe it's because you be focused on it, or you create your own luck. You know, there's all kinds of theories. Or it could be that there is something with the vibration. And so I just started to, you know, I got one of those counters now. So I'm going to start with that 1,000 times and stuff. Some of you have already tried it, and they think it works. I don't know. I'm not really a praying person. You know, prayer doesn't come easy to me. But anyhow, if it works, it works. And resonance, right? Now we're talking about resonance prayer. But when this started, when I first heard about it, our hero Felix was in Korea, 23, wasn't it 3? 2 or 3. And then, was it 2? Oh. Anyhow, you were invited up on the stage to do, and then on the way up to pray, you know. And they asked, "Have you ever done shouting prayer before?" They asked Felix, and he said, what is that? And he described it, and I was so impressed. Can you imagine to come up on the stage in CheonShim and ask to do shouting prayer, and then you know, just really go bananas. Like I was so happy I wasn't there. I mean, I would love to watch it, but not, you know how. What do you do? I mean, but now they changed the name. It's the same thing, but resonance sounds a little more spiritual or something, you know. But anyhow, so I know that is kind of a difficult thing for many of us, because it's not so. But you know, it might be something. I usually think, I have a few memories when I lost my parents as a kid, and at that time you don't think of, I'm going to behave in a nice way, but because you go all in that scream when you can't find your parents, right? I remember on some ferry to England, I came into the wrong car deck in the ferry, you know, and I was 5, 6 or 7 maybe, and so I couldn't find our car, and I was. You know, you become nuts, right? When you're so scared and you just scream like crazy, and usually somebody finds you. And so, you know, it might be something there, and I don't know. You know, I'm sure prayer is of course a personal thing, and many people absolutely hear God's voice when you're quiet and meditate, and that's all fine. You know, that has, I'm sure it has its place, but the shouting thing might be a tool to break through. And I know that my experience here is that I definitely meet ancestors, and I can feel spirit, you know, quite some, good or bad, you know, and for me it's clear, it's here. So, but that's of course a personal thing, and that's why I love it, so I have to tell you. So I mean, Mother is talking about this kind of stuff, you know, for Heavenly Parent to directly govern, you know, feels like it's quite important. And the Channel Sanctum is a special place. Ask Lawrence. Yeah, it's a special place. There's absolutely a, but that's, maybe we're not on that level here. Channel Mini Sanctum, but not maybe. But it's CheonShim 1, so it's a satellite. And then talking about national restoration, of course, we're going to soon restore Sweden, of course. And then, so then it's, spirit world is essential in anything we do. So maybe devotions here could be the key. Anyhow, I don't know. You know, I just share why I love it. So, you think. Anyhow, you know, Father came here. So this says like, Mother's talking a lot about you can talk to Father at the true Father at CheonShim 1. And I just have a picture when he was in Humlegården, remember? 1965, 24th of June. Cool, July, 24th of July. Cool thing is that it's the same date as Oslo, actually, same day. So he was driving Porsche from Oslo to Stockholm, or the other way, I'm not sure. So, you know, Sweden and Norway now have a condition together to pray for the Nobel Peace Committee, so that True Mother could receive the Nobel Prize. And then I question myself, you know, am I ready for her to receive it? That would be some, yeah. So I don't know, but I like it. That's the same date as Norway. So maybe we go back to union. And when I talked to the Norwegians, I kind of misunderstood the union flag. Have you ever? For Sweden and Norway used to be the same country. We were very happy in Norway, not so. And it ended in the early 1900s. And it was a special flag up in the left corner. It was like a mixture of Norway's flag and Sweden. And I thought they had the same thing, you know, a Norwegian flag with a little mixture up there. So I suggested to them when we had a meeting with the national leaders that we, you know, go back to that flag. But apparently they didn't have that. So that's like an absolute no-no. They were like, you know, it triggered something, that union flag, because somehow Sweden, you know, we know best. So we, you know, and most humble, and you know, that's our role. Somebody has to take that role. Anyhow, but Sweden and Norway have great history together, I think. So we want to use that. But anyhow, CheonShim 1 now we're up to 308, thanks to our missionaries that really put wonderful. I didn't have to ask for them. They did like for a while there, maybe 2 months every day. And that would be great. Sometime when I become pensioner, I would love to do that. But so we're up to 308 now. And, you know, 2 weeks ago, basically, I think we had 300. Maybe you heard about it. It was a great success. And so I just brought that one to remember, so we can remember again. So
worldwide, here and there, people are offering devotion. And right now, the Sweden church reaches their 300th verse of devotion. Oh my God.
You have to listen to the translator. Just go, oh my God.
Worldwide, here and there, people are offering devotion. And right now the Sweden church reaches their 300th version of devotion. Oh my god. Fukui Church.
Oh my God! But anyhow, thank you so much. Yeah, but I mean, it was so, everybody, we were so nervous, right, coming up to when President Lee was going to go through. Will you mention us? So it was such a relief when he did. So anyhow, thank you so much for letting me share about my love for CheonShim 1. And yeah, thank you so much.